Hello, blessed. Welcome to my objective birth story. I actually was blessed enough to be pregnant after years of TTC, and then I went through the pregnancy smoothly without major incidents. Amen. And then I delivered, came out of there alive, healthy, child healthy as well. That's a positive birth story to me. To start there, right? So each and every woman who gets out of the delivery room or where she is put into bed, and both of them, or I don't know how many pregnant children you have, you come out there and you are still alive, that's a positive birth story to me. So I'm sorry, this video might be long, okay? So grab something to drink. I have something to drink there, but I'm going to try and reminiscence everything I can about the delivery. This is the end of my 4th trimester, and that's only now that I can really have the emotional and everything strength to stand here and talk about that blessing. So normally I used to open the video by intro with hello curious. Now from today on it is hello blessed. Amen. Amen. So where do I start? Okay. Whew. I have a history of being that woman, that sister, that friend who you call when you are in labor and accompany me. There was something about me, people love to have me around, which made me to see too much thing that I wasn't prepared to see at a younger age. So I always had a lot of respect for the act of delivering, being it vaginally, without gas, with gas, with epidural, C-section. Birth is birth. Birth is birth. There's no way around. It is hard. Choose your heart or let the heart be hard, right? So I am known to not being a sugar cutter. I'm not a sugar cutter. So, but I don't want to frighten people. Just to say that to begin with. So the birth video, the birth vlog is up there already, right? But what I want you to know, if you are about to give birth, or if you just want to be curious about the whole thing, is there is a meta dimension to being in labor, right? I see myself, or right now, as if there was me and there was another person. There was somebody going through the bodily dimension of putting to bed, and I was my spirit, myself, call it what it is. My baby daddy will tell another story. I was very tired after, and I remember him sharing some chairs after the epidural. Yes, I had to take the epidural. Amen. Thank God for epidurals. Anyways, let me continue. So it is said that vaginal delivery like the labor process is as rude and as violent to the body. Like you can compare it to 10 marathon back to back. Not 10 marathon, one today, one tomorrow, one after tomorrow, like 10 marathons back to back. I think one marathon is 42 point something kilometers. Correct me if I'm wrong. So imagine running 10 marathons, full marathon, full length marathon, back to back. That's delivery. So it all started with my OBGYN, a very nice and well, and I love that woman. She had years of, like, at the end of her career, like, I love those doctors. Like the early and the later one, those are the best. And she was, during the whole pregnancy, very conservative. So she wouldn't make you panic if it's nothing to panic. Like, I loved her, really. So last appointment, she said, like, I was looking at her face and I could read on her face, worries. And at that time, your heart, your mama's heart, your everything, say, what is? She says, no, nothing, but you have to be induced. Hold on. And then she went, called directly the hospital. I am sending you ABC. Like 30 minutes they were talking. And the more they were talking, and this is how my stress was going high. And because of the 2001 issue, babe was not in but out. Thank God for him. He was like really at each and every appointment outside in the car, but he was there. Amen. So me on the phone or writing was like, I had to allow him to distress me. So okay, go back home, come back, go to the hospital. It was full. I wasn't prepared. Like, I said, give me one day, and I was doing things, and on the other side, I knew I had to be calm. So there's this physical part of your body, like heating up, kind of, and there's this other part saying, keep calm and give birth. Actually, and then there's this spiritual, I'm a spiritual person, I'm born again, I'm everything. So praying, say, which other way? Have your way in me. That was Don Owen. Anyways, so I went there the first day and the trouble started with the medical. It was not really trouble at the sense, like, that day it was full, like, they knew I was there, but they let me wait for 4 or 5 hours, which I was happy in another sense. Like, I could talk with babe and we'd like, and after 5 hours, somebody came to attend to me and was like, the hospital is full. And yes, it was really full. We were sitting all day. Like, I had time to acclimate with the whole issue. Like, I thought I still have up to 3 weeks, like maximum 3 weeks, 1 week or 10 days. I think that was sure, right? And then it came maybe a little too early for me, to me. And so I was kind of protecting my mind. When they finally, my time came, it was around 8 p.m., 9 p.m.-ish. What my doctor said they should do to me, she changed her mind. So because my doctor sent me and said, if anything, call me, I'll be here till this time. So at that time, I couldn't say, the information I got and the first conversation with the other doctor I had and what you want to do to me right now is different. And I came back out and I let it happen. I just understood, okay, calm down, right? Calm down and give birth. And I was like, okay. I went out, I told babe, Babe was like, no, you, why? I say, keep calm. It's the same and it's going to take longer, which is fine for us right now. Like, we have time. And I asked her if I can go home. Like, we need these 24 hours. Let it be. So we went back home. Oh, and that was great because everything went very well that night. Like, I was fine. And I was like building my mind. Like, I knew it could take anything from people who say positive birth 3 pushes to after 10 days of labor I had to be to take an emergency C-section. So you never know what is going to happen. First time mom, you have never seen your body doing something like that, so you just have to give in to the whole it's like it's a process, right? And that day, that first day, there was a black Nigerian lady who came there with her son. She was really pregnant. I think she gave birth one day before me. So now paperwork, men were not allowed, but I told to those people, if he's not allowed in my room, like to stay with me and everything, forget about it. I'm giving birth at home. I need him. I want him. I must have him. Hey, they say, no, madam, because like you, I said, you people test us. We have been clean. We have not been going anywhere. I don't even want to discuss. It is, if it is possible, then I'm giving birth there. If not, I'm going back home. I'm looking for another hospital or whatsoever. My daughter said, no, you cannot do it on your own. I said, listen, at this point, if it's not there, so it happens to be that I was the only person in that hole with her husband at her side. Amen. Blessed I am. Like, I needed that man. I don't know how many days it took. So if we count 5 days. So fast forward, I gave birth 5 days later. I was in the hospital for 5 days. 1 week, and I gave birth 5 days after starting the inducement. One evening, like 2 days after, like we were fine. Like, we had to take off the cards. At that time, Germany was in a blizzard, and the blizzard started 1 day after I was in the hospital. Everything was white. Like, we were fine. Like, this blessing. I don't know how my mind would have coped with the C virus and be locked on everything. Like, God knew. He just gave me that one to cope, like to quench my heart, to quench my mental health, like to have it blessing me. So the world was going down. It had been going down for 1 year, and I had this fire, this sweetness, this, I don't know, in growing in me. And so I was fine. I was protected in a certain way, right? So that's that. I remember that babe had a situation where the nurse, or I don't know if it is midwife, came in. I told you not to have your husband here. It was the sister. So they were not allowed, but like, that woman was rude. But I didn't let her know that I'm seeing your rudeness, because protecting my peace. I was really protecting my peace. Even after birth, like, I only gave her one sentence as I was leaving the hospital. She looked at me like this, and she knew all the time. She was the chief there. All the time she was doing that. I was aware, but I just said, you are not going to spoil this moment. So 2 days or 3 days after I was going the stairs and walking, everything, like I saw every centimeters around that hospital. I remember I was in the wheelchair. Babe just pushed me in there, and he saw a situation where he wanted to go up. I say, this is not the place for it. I just looked at him, say, not now, not here, okay? They are not going to steal our happiness. So I remember I was sitting there and I was just like you have to cross where you were staying and where the how's it called in gynecology or whatever it is on the other side. So you cross the entry, like it's in a hotel, you say the lobby, you cross the lobby of the hospital with all those in in your nightgown. Like at that level, even there in that lobby, you will give birth. Like open and say, please come and look. So he came. He pushed me in there. So I was in the beginning I was just allowed to be there alone with a man, like the city geese and everything. Men are outside. They look miserable. All the men I saw them, especially the men waiting for their women in having sex session, they look miserable. So he had to push me in, right? So that was the first time. And this cyst was standing there. These women, I say, what? These women, since you are there, I say, what are you going to do? What do you want to do right now? The only thing you can do is go as always. You are talking, it's 2 a.m. Where are you going to do? What do you want to go? She calmed down. She said, Ashia. I said, Ashia too. That was that situation. And finally, there was nothing major. I had to go back to my room. Next night, things were like I could still talk the night before. The next night I couldn't talk anymore. Oh, and my mom was on the phone. Hey, that is where my mom was on the phone. When you have, like, I get her now. I have a child. I get her. Like when your flesh isn't near to you and is going through, you can't keep quiet. Like you feel it. So I went back there the next night. Like, are midwives and midwives. Hey, that next night I had, before they let you go to the, how's it called, the gynecology or where the delivery room and everything, the midwives in the rooms on that section, they look at the problem and say, okay, now you can go. So before you are allowed to go to see people in charge of you, the people, that is crazy. So I had the approval that it's looking serious. You people should go. And let me say something at this point about men. When things are getting serious and you are beginning to get to know what real contraction pains are, this is your man smiling. It's like I just look at him and say, shut up. He couldn't wipe a smile on his face for a moment, which was good. Like, it made me also tear up, right? But it's weird. It's weird. So we go back there, and this is the woman, the so-called midwife. Chocholo smile like this. She had her normal scrub on and a kind of scrub like this where her hands just came out here, and she, persistent. Yeah, what is? I said, yes, I'm having serious pain, and the midwives in my section, they said I should come. And she is standing, kid you not, 3 meters at least from me, like far, like from a distance. Jesus Christ, on top bicycle, and the pains will be there. Hey! So I was like this. Yeah, what should I do now? I said, they said I should come here. But why didn't I ask for painkillers? I say, how do I know? How should I know that I need the painkillers? And I am feeling babe being really. He said, okay, wait. She went, came back with a cotton with, what was it? Lavender essential oil. And she said, okay, let me put it to Sisigi. And let's she put me to this funny. People, like, I don't know, some people, they have to change their profession. Like, somebody is in pain is not a word. It's like agony. And you stand from a distance and say, stop. Why didn't you ask for painkillers? Like, when I don't even, like, what wrong with the thing? When you see somebody coming into your department, it is in pain, the first thing is you run to that person. Anyways, Sitigi, I prayed, I started praying there. I said, okay. And the beginning, it was high, like things were happening. But like 10 minutes later, everything cooled. Like, I don't want to give birth with this woman. Never. Is this woman who is going to receive my child into this world? Never. Please, God, I beg. And that's how it went down. Don't ask me. It is what it is. And it went like that. Sorry. And I kid you not, I didn't even saw that as, in that moment, the only thing was, make it through, make it through, make it through. Make it through. Like, call it mantra or call it I don't know what. Like, I was focused. Spiritually, mentally focused. And I couldn't control my body. So I was just listening to my body. So any voices, negative, what kind of voices? Muting. So we made friends with that woman. I say, anyways, I went back in my room. The next morning, around 4-5 a.m. the same day, actually, things started to happen. I said to my babe, I'm waiting that midwife she resume work and the other one will come. I'm not going to lie. And thank God, when we went there, it was another nice one. Like, oh God. Oh, that one was resuming. I said, why won't this child come with you? And the next one who came, she was even nicer. Like, oh God. You saw the delivery part. Like, she was the sweetest the whole time. Like, just to give you very quickly, if you get into the bathtub, that warm bathtub and everything, that ambient, I don't know, I showed you, but I was naked in there, so it's nothing to be on YouTube. Don't get out of it. Stay in there. Stay in that bathtub. Like, I stayed there like 1.5, 2 hours. I don't know. They was there like doing selfies, smiling, like the contraction, they were coming like hey, the pain of getting induced. I never saw another woman. How am I going to say this? Okay, in Europe, we in Germany, or Germany has the highest level of operation, C-section, waist, knees, like we operate everything. We are butchers here. So it can't be that women in France, French, and Netherlands, Sweden, they still give birth, but I will look for the numbers and put it here if I find it. So there is a tendency to operate more than less, right? Say it like that. So to me, it's like, if it's not necessary, I'm not going to take it as if I was taking microblading or vampire lifting. Like, a C-section is an operation, it's no joke. You can't be taking it as if, I don't know, you are getting your pimples popped. Although it was a pimple, anyway, a bigger one. So the next one came and she had another one learning with her. So there were 2 of them instead of 1 year, and they were so like, please, can like, I said, oh God, you heard my prayers. And the girl, she had these old midwives, and I know to listen, like, that's the one never knows. I said, can I please? And she was trying to listen to the heartbeat and she couldn't find it. She said, sorry. I said, go in, like, it's not going to be there for long again. So learn as much as you can. I was really willing to. Like, it was very nice, and the other one, so very sweet. Even the doctor, after both of them were very sweet. So that day, I think around 3, I had an epidural. It was to a level where I came out of that bathtub because they were saying, okay, it's about to happen around what, 12, I don't know what, I don't know, it's about to happen, I don't know. It was the second, it was it was still the first shifts. That's what I know. There was not the other midwife, so it was something like 12, noon, 1. I came out of there because they're saying things are getting together. I wanted to just get out. And there is another level of pain. That woman checked and it was like, what, 6? Said, okay, things are about to go down, like, down. I I felt a pain, and they say, okay, 6. I say 6. They say they want 8, they want 10 for it to get down. So hold on. It's about to be there. And that is where I, like, looking backward at the whole thing, I say, thank God. I knew it can go from 3 pushes to 10 days. So I look at my energy level. I say, look, where or how far can you go? And I, like, how am I going to explain how exhausted you are? Like, each contraction sucks energy out of your body. Does it make sense? So I was so tired at that point. No sleep for how many days? Like, mini naps, what my son is now doing. So it's not really enough to recover from marathons, isn't it? So I said, okay, let us try. We go there and we wait. After 3 hours, nothing. Or 2, whatever. After some time, like an eternity to me, no child, and my energy level is like, I'm going to really. So checked, I was now at 4. I said, what? From 6 to 4, how come? I said, okay. The pain started. I said 6 to 4. By the time I get to 10, I don't die now. And I remember the chief, they say, I am the professor, doctor, whatever, like, give me your title, but don't make a mistake on my body. So at that point, babe stopped smiling, where the pain were killing me. Like, each time I looked at him, he was just like, the suffer has gotten to him as well. But look, people take care of the mommies, but nobody takes care of the men. At the moment they place the epidural, he has to stay there and to make sure you are not reacting, like allergy or whatever reaction. 15 or 30 minutes, something like that. The room was full, and I think he chatted a little bit in French, and like, oh, he was also a polyglot, you know, small talks. And at the moment, that big searing get out of our, like, the epidural was placed, everything was fine. Babe shared some big tears. I said, why are you crying? He said, it was such a huge needle in your back. And they tried it twice, so there was a kind of panic in that room, which I still stay calm. Like, the doctors asked me, why are you not panicking? Like, after, like, we were talking, like, you are a very calm and serene patient. I said, you don't want to know how it is inside of me. But actually, it was really like there was something happening to the body, and there was my spirit and my side. I don't know, like, I have a different story than my baby daddy will say, right? You say. So what I will always tell people is, don't listen to what the doctors say, look at their faces. Like, at that moment, there are consequences to epidural. And people say, I got the epidural, as if it was, I don't know, waxing. Even that works. Maybe your virginity can come off, I don't know, but it's not it's not an easy thing. It's no joke. So I he did it and it was fine, and from there you could see babe crawl. I slept. And the ECG was going like, as you hear the heartbeat of your child, it helps you, like it puts you to sleep really. So I got some energy, and then I gave birth, and I stayed, and those two midwives, they were great. That part you saw. And even editing that video, I didn't watch all the minutes. Like the whole birth thing took like 45 minutes, and clearing and everything. It was a lot of, like, nobody prepared me to anyways. It came out like, from there, from birth, your hormones, your body is kicking in, like it's, you get a cocktail of, like, it's just, the first thing you want to know is the child screaming, is the child fine, is breathing, and you know all the spiritual things you have to do. And I'll say, and I really appreciate the fact that after checking the placenta, if it was whole, and they didn't even weigh the child at that point, like it was on my, and I got some stitches, and the doctor was great. He was great, congratulated us. Babe was there crying, and they slowly left the room, like 30 minutes. Came back, did some things like 10 minutes again, went out, left us again together, like 30 minutes. Like I had 30 minutes with my son and my husband together, the son being on me. And the second time they came in, they wanted to do that. I was already sitting there with baby, like, where do I have to striptease? Doing skin to skin. And it was, from there, it was great. I love when people who take care of me are, I'm sorry, but I kind of, migrants as well, they were the best. And we stayed there again for 2 days, I don't know, but like I wanted to go home. At the point, it was saying, no, we can't let you home, the blizzard. And then at the blizzard stopped, it's when we, like, it was wonderful. So birth is mental. It's the mental energy has to stay for, like, if I went there thinking, okay, it's only 8 hours, it's 12 hours. Like, it's at that moment where I got the peridura that I knew I was going through something. To me, I was just curious about the journey, like, how is it going to be? Give yourself in, trust the process, and trust your body is going to make it. And my body made it. So, as from now, I'm a blessed mommy. Amen. So, let me know which part of my body you can relate with, and or not. And if you're a mama, or if you are in any way a mama, like caregiver, love giver, kudos to you. More power to you, more power to us. It's something words cannot really describe. And I will still emphasize the fact that birth is no joke. It is a positive, uplifting. It's crazy, right? It's I don't have words, like, but I'm not I don't like when people say am I positive, but like romanticize. It's not, no. It's full of blood, it's full of pain, it's full of there's nothing like it's a day of life or death, or week or month if you count pregnancy on it. So it's no joke, and I wanted to just objectively, as far as I can and could, put my own story out there, and I say prepare for the worst and rejoice for less if you get less. Like, if you prepare for less and you get there, it gets like longer and tougher, and there are some bits and bobs with maybe your skin or the system or the body, and everything might be perfect, and just one little thing and you lose it. you lose it, and it's not going to help neither you nor your partner nor the medical so I'm so grateful for those 3 last people I got on that day, and even the other one, the midwife in the morning, she was wonderful. The doctor, I can't even talk about the doctor who did something different than my midwife. Like, she was the one who sent me back home and was like, if anything, come back. I was like, I'm not coming, I'm going elsewhere. But I can understand, like, all the time I saw that woman in that hospital, she was just running. Like, doctors are joggers. And she's not even talking to you, she's just writing. And like, the system is rough on those doctors. And then, ergo to us, like, they don't really have time. So I'm thankful and grateful and blessed for the midwives and the people learning and out of the system. Like, I think they are not really yet into the stress of the system. They are still like entering and going away, if it makes sense. Okay, now I can't show you baby because maybe you're sleeping. You can see it's the evening. That's only when I have time to do my mama things. Like, you have time in the morning and maybe in the midday when the child is napping. Like, mine does mini nap, but on the other side, he sleeps the whole night. So, yeah. Thanks for watching. If you watched this far, you are my real MVP, like DJ MVP, Mama JJ. I'm mommy, JJ's mommy. Anyways, and thanks for that, right? And obviously, if you've been so far, it means you're already subscribed. If not, don't forget to subscribe on your way out, right? And as from today, is going to be stay blessed. Our bodies are 10 marathons runner in a row. Who can do that? Like, Olympics and everything, they never made it this far. Like 10 marathons in, like, back to back. That's what women do. Or that's what my body did. What can your body do? No, I'm just being silly. Thanks for watching. Stay blessed. Bye. Mwah.